Hi everybody. So I'm a little bit nervous because there has been a lot of spiritual activity, a lot of revelation, a lot of opportunity to get closer to God, and it's been very intense. It's been very overwhelming for me on a personal level, but I've never felt closer to God, so it's crazy. Something in my spirit has been pushing for me to give out a word of encouragement, and I usually don't even know where to start, but there's just for anyone who's been struggling in a spiritual battle and praying deeply for specific things to take place in the natural. I keep hearing it's too late, and that is not a message for us, but a message about any kind of attack or opposition or obstacle against that which you have been confiding in God to make happen. So it's too late for the enemy to stop it. When you finally make it to a place of safety in your spirit, or of victory, of relief in God, you know, it feels good when you're looking at God. There just are those remnants of attempts to attack whatever it is that you just made it through to. And so that's really what I'm feeling in my spirit, that kind of relief of we made it. You passed the test, or you passed through the door. You were able to get to where you needed to get spiritually. And at this point, it's all in God's hands to surprise you, really. And when the Lord spoke to me the other day about hope, He wanted to awaken my hope for all the things that I pray for. And I didn't understand why. There was even a point where I thought, well, okay, I'm hopeful, but that doesn't make anything happen in the natural. So God emphasized to me that hope is not for us to manifest our blessings. He's still in control of that. But there's a specific relationship dynamic that God is seeking within us, and that is the readiness to receive. He wants us to hope so that when He is done, when that thing is ready for you, that you are able to receive in the same way that you have asked. You have to have that willingness to ask for what you want. You have to have that innocence and that hope in your heart. There should be no doubt about the cost of what you want from God. And that's been very big for me throughout this journey. Because there's been many times when I will ask God for something, and then I will walk away from the stand and I can hear Him just say, "Are you just gonna give up? You know, all this time you're asking for this, and you're just gonna give up." And He has a warmth to all of His words, His messages. There's a warmth with God, and it really comes from a place of love that no one on this earth could possibly provide on their own. No. If there's any kind of encouragement that I could give, it would just be to spend time with God as soon as possible, because His Spirit is so on fire right now. And it is just so important. It's very important. I don't know how to emphasize it, but it's very important. And God's been also revealing to me the way that He sees things that happen in my personal life compared to how I see them. It's completely different. And we need to really meet up with God and make sure that we are aligned with the way He sees things in our lives. And that way you begin to understand how much He values you. And you begin to understand why He's doing what He's doing in your life. Because He doesn't want to just bless you without you understanding. He needs you to understand why you're getting what you're getting, why you're going through what you're going through, and the value of it. How much does it cost? He wants you to know that. And it's really, really pertaining to how much He loves you. Which is such a serious thing to God. And I didn't understand it until these past few days. Let's say if you've been betrayed or grew up in a bad circumstance, and as you grow up, you start to kind of normalize these type of situations, or desensitize yourself to them, because this stuff happens all the time. It happens to different people, and you have to function. And so I had a conversation with God today, and I said, well, it's not as bad as being persecuted and put up on a cross the way you were. What people have done to me is not as bad as what people have done to you, Jesus. And I just received this very serious response from God. And He said it's worse. And I thought, how is it that, a silly betrayal or being devalued by certain people, how is that more impactful or worse than being crucified? And He showed me, He said, it's because you're my child. For Him, He can handle anything. But the fact that I'm His child, the fact that you're His child, it's a big deal to Jesus. It's a big deal to God that anyone who's following Him, who's serving Him, who's given up their life for them, these specific people who are very, very serious about living for Christ, He has this big love for you, for everyone in general. But there's like a defense that He will do anything to protect you. He will do anything to protect you. And so that is why He avenges His children. That is why He protects them. That is why He blesses them. That is why He favors them. So whatever is not a big deal to you, it's a big deal to God. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's magnified in the eyes of the Lord. So I just encourage everyone to spend time